The Junglers roared after taking third place, while Waterhouse blazed a trail into fourth. Outstanding achievements, but both will be wanting more this season. This is the season preview for Arnett Gardens and Waterhouse FC. Welcome back to Jamaica Fan. We are in the final week of the off-season, so let's waste no time and look at our first two playoff teams. We begin in Jerusalem as Waterhouse are looking to douse doubters once more and make another playoff run. Such a run was a shock to many at the start of last season when Waterhouse was the very definition of the phrase consistently inconsistent. When the team is clicking, you will see firsthand how good they were with some entertaining football, but that form would often come and go week in, week out. Then January came about, the team picked up centre-back Christopher Matthews from Tivoli on loan to finally stabilise that back line. Then Rivaldo Mitchell was like a brand new signing as he all of a sudden burst into a dazzling stretch of form that, along with Jamaican Bryan goals, helped propel Waterhouse Nation to some consistent results and doing enough to break Mobile hearts by stealing that last playoff spot on the final day. Then once in the playoffs, they played their role of dark horse splendidly by getting by Tivoli in the quarters and pushing Mount Pleasant in the semis. And even though they missed out on that Caribbean Shield spot in the end, I am sure they made everyone in Jerusalem proud. Acquisitions and departures. No question about it, the departure of league Golden Boot winner Jamaican Bryan dominated the transfer market for Waterhouse. And thus, the Waterhouse management had to think smart and swiftly to replace last season's 17 goals. So bought was forward Atawari Bygrave from Mount Pleasant, another forward in Nicholas Hamilton from Cavaliers to do just that. They also brought in 25-year-old left-back Imani Campbell, talented player Martin Davis, defender Zakia Wilkes, Rashawn Amos from Arnett, central midfielder Junior McGregor, and the aforementioned Christopher Matthews, along with Jefferson, made their loan move permanent. Outside Bryan, there was also the massive loss of Rivaldo Mitchell, who joined a club in North Macedonia. The likes of 27-year-old attacker Andre Leslie and defender Delana Daly also jumped ship. Now, before I wrap this segment, you will notice that Jamaican Bryan is on both lists. It was reported by Bomb Sports that Bryan actually failed his medical in Vietnam and is now poised to make a return to Waterhouse Nation. Key player to watch. It may prove pivotal that Bryan is returning, but my key player to watch is midfield maestro Denara Thomas. Thomas, I felt, was outstanding last season as he was the bedrock for almost all of Waterhouse attacking plays, so he's no secret weapon. But I also feel, and I think he does as well, there's another level to his game he can unlock, and this upcoming season he might finally find a way to do so. Their expectations. Waterhouse shocked everyone and themselves by making it all the way to the semis last time out, but once you got there, surely you expect to get there again. My prediction. No, if I did this video a few weeks ago, I would have told you that Waterhouse would be missing the top 6. I'd always maintained that they had a wonderful starting 11 that could match any team in the league, but their bench was shallow. Losing Bryan and Mitchell at the time didn't help, but as of today, they recruited well and definitely made their squad stronger. They will make it into the playoffs, but I am not sure where they will end up once they get there. Now we turn our attention to the Junglers. Arnett Gardens was one of the more entertaining teams to watch last season in the JPL. Under new coach Xavier Gilbert, the Junglers played with a certain swagger and flair that would make a Jaime Algibson-led Dragger Boys look lethargic in comparison. However, that flair came with a drawback as their defense often was left on an island and struggled to keep clean sheets. However, this unbalance didn't deter their march into the top 6 as well as a Caribbean Club Shield qualification. Moving on to this new season, Arnett is already up and going after playing a few regional matches and will hope that early start leads to early wins when the league games finally begin. Key acquisitions and departures. With their season starting way early in July, Arnett smartly got most of their business done early. In were Alton Lewis from rivals Tivoli Guns, striker Marlon Allen, goalkeeper Roger Williams, defender Alvin Shashan from Very United FC, and defender Shamir Dwyer from Harborview FC. Out were Eric Edwards, centre-back Gerald Neal Jr., Shanaid Evans, and Malik Stevens to Chapter Maroons. 23-year-old striker Javon James as well as 22-year-old defender Russian Amos also departed as well. Of course, we cannot forget about dynamic attacker Kaim Dixon, who moved to football in England. Okay, before we can wrap this segment, there were some late breaking news as Arnett did some final business on deadline day. They brought in more defensive help by acquiring defender Odell Brown from a club in the United States, as well as they brought in young attacker Richard Andrews, who joins from rival Tivoli. They also let go somebody on deadline day. Got is 21-year-old central defender Luka Kong, who is now moving his way to Harbour View. Key player to watch. With Dixon leaving, some of Arnett's dynamic wing player went with him, so I would turn my attention to fellow winger Kevin Arboin. Arboin started last season on fire, so much so that he got a mid-season move to go and play in Africa, but he later returned and was never quite as effective as he was before he left. Arnett will need him to spark again to take the load off Fabian Reed and get Arnett to the JPL final. Their expectations. Just like Harbour View, Arnett Gardens is a big club and their loyal fan base will accept nothing less than the championship. But I think ownership will also be pleased as long as they make it to the finals. My prediction is funny because some can say that Arnett already had a successful season since taking home this year's CFU Club Shield. But of course, they would want much more than that to satisfy their loyal fan base. As you can see with their transfer business so far, they tried and addressed their defensive frailties, but I believe they are still a little short in that area. Also, you have to consider that maybe it is not exactly the personnel is the issue, but more Zebra Gilbert's tactics, that he has to find a way to strike the right balance between attack and defense. Also, with Dixon gone, I believe they need another cutting-edge winger to complete Gilbert's attack. They will make the top 6, but just barely. Alright, so that's all I got for this latest team previews. Arnett and Waterhouse are in the book, so we have 4 more teams left to go. But if you want to look back and see what's the preview like from Montego Bay and Dumbo Olin, check this video out, and you can do the same for Very United as well as Humble Lion. Otherwise, keep it locked for the right place for great JPL content. JPL Fan. YouTube, big up yourself.